Today I'm sitting down with my best friend Madeline Zhang, who's an ex-Google engineer. Now she works as a senior software engineer in big tech. She went to MIT for computer science and has over 200,000 followers on social media. And we're going to have an honest conversation about if a computer science degree is still worth it today. And if you ask either of us if we would recommend that you get a computer science degree today, the answer might surprise you, because the world we graduated into doesn't exist anymore. AI is writing code, people are getting six-figure jobs without degrees, and the whole system that told us to get a degree and get a good job is being questioned by the very companies that require those degrees. And of course, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe for the algorithm, but without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start from the beginning. Why MIT and why computer science?
I knew I wanted to be an engineer from when I was very, very little. You know how a lot of little girls want to be a princess or want to be a firefighter or something? I just knew I wanted to be something to do with math or science. I didn't know what flavor of it, so one of the reasons why I chose MIT is because obviously it's a great school, not just for computer science, but also for all types of engineering. So when I joined, I actually was not declared. I did not know I was going to study computer science, but I figured it'd be a great way for me to take different classes in different disciplines of science and math and technology, figure out which one or which ones I'd be good at, and then make a decision. And I did declare computer science at the end of my freshman year.
Looking back now, what did MIT give you that you couldn't have learned on your own?
MIT's motto, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, is mens et manus. What that means is we not only value, yes, it's Latin. We not only value theory, we also value practicality. Even though there's a lot of really great computer science schools out there, I think that MIT is one of the ones that really, really focuses on building real projects. Like, we have a lot of hackathons, we have a lot of student-run and also faculty-run initiatives where you can get money to build projects. And we also have a program, like a specific program called the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program, or UROP, where people like me who did not have computer science experience going into MIT could actually do real research with computer science professors and faculty from MIT. So those factors altogether made MIT a really, really good school for me as someone who wasn't like convinced that she'd be computer scientist at age 10 and needed some time to explore and find opportunities and to build real projects.
Do you think you would have gotten into Google without MIT on your resume? Tell us the truth.
That's a good question. I would say yes, just because out of my friends who are at Google, for example, you and other people, not everyone went to quote unquote like, you know, super top prestigious computer science specific universities. I will say probably having MIT on my resume helped me get past that resume screen when I was applying. Unfortunately, that's I think the case for a lot of companies. Like, that is a good filter that they use. And I mean, I don't agree with it. Some of the best engineers I know did not go to a name brand school, quote unquote, and they are amazing engineers, amazing thinkers. That's just how companies value it. However, no matter how good your resume looks, no matter what school you went to, you still have to pass the technical screen. That is not something you can fake your way through. You just have to go through rounds and rounds and rounds in technical and behavioral interviews. So because of that,
well, you can use AI now, but yes.
Okay. Back in my day, before AI.
Back in my day,
we had to do
AI.
everything manually. I would say, I would like to say I still would have gotten to Google regardless of if I went to MIT or not.
Okay. Well, Google and Apple, all these big tech companies say they don't require degrees anymore. Do you think that's true, or is that just PR?
I think right now it is very much an employer's market because of, you know, there's not that many new grad positions open. Companies are trying to move jobs overseas to cheaper cost of living countries, or they're trying to use AI to replace some engineering functionality. Because of that, I think companies kind of have a lot of power in who they want and do not want to hire. And unfortunately, even if two devs have the same skills and will perform the same way at a company, companies right now can afford to filter by degree or no degree. So I would say back in 2021, when it was definitely an employee's market, yes, absolutely. I had so many friends who went to boot camps, did not have a technical background, did not have a computer science background, end up at great, great tech companies. But right now, the market is a bit more dire.
Oh. What about the people who are self-taught, though? Are they at a disadvantage right now, then, in that case? Or are they at an advantage because they didn't waste 4 years on a degree like we did?
I would say if you were self-taught and you got into a tech company, then the path forward is a lot easier since the next companies that you're interviewing for already know you are proven to have been able to work in a tech company and perform well. It's hard to have like the provable skills if you're just like doing your own side projects, unfortunately. But I know people who are self-taught who did get jobs recently who did not have a degree in computer science and just did a bunch of like different side projects and did them very well. So I think there's definitely different paths, but right now I would say being self-taught unfortunately is a bit of a disadvantage given the job market.
Well, I have 2 degrees, and sometimes I even wonder if the business one was worth it. I think the computer science one was pretty worth it, but do you ever think that about your degrees?
Yeah, I unfortunately only have one.
Okay,
it's the computer science degree. I think it definitely was worth it. Computer science is a discipline where you can apply what you learn to many, many different aspects of your life, and it's very versatile. So again, my job now is very different from the job I would have had 10 years ago, even 5 years ago when I started as a new grad, and that's totally fine. I think the beauty of computer science and software engineering is being able to try new frameworks, adapt to everything that's new, and I think having a computer science degree forces you to not just learn specific languages, but it forces you to learn how to learn, if that makes sense. And I think learning how to learn is the most important skill one can have.
Totally agree, especially in this fast-paced, crazy AI world we're living in now. All right, let's talk about the money side of it, though. So going to MIT is around $300K. Do you think it's better to go to MIT or spend those 4 years taking the $300K and building something with it right now?
I'm biased because I obviously chose one way. I'm also biased because I personally got scholarships that made it so it wasn't hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to MIT. But I would say that even if someone were to pay the full price to go to MIT, I think it is worth it because MIT not only is a great school, you can also make a lot of connections, you can learn a lot, you can find a lot of opportunities. There are so many things in life that I got because I just happened to be sitting next to someone who was applying for the same thing. And based on my discussions with my friends from other schools, sometimes they're equally, if not more qualified than me for those opportunities, but the reason they didn't get it because they didn't know it existed. So I think just having that environment of opportunity is something that is worth a lot of money. Whether it's worth 300K, I think you can make your own decision on that, but I think for me, given the fact that I got scholarships, it was very much worth the money.
So AI is changing everything right now, and now when we have all these coding tools that, are replacing junior dev jobs, what exactly would a degree even prepare us for, do you think?
I think a degree is not just about can you solve leak code style problems, do you understand data structure and algorithms? It's also about system design and how to build. And I think that
learning the fundamentals.
Yeah, I think learning the fundamentals is useful. And I think even with the wonderful AI tools and models we have today, you still need to know the fundamentals well to use things effectively. Whether that's true in 5-10 years, we'll see. But as of right now, I'm very grateful that I went through formal schooling because I learned like system architecture. I learned stuff that wasn't just like, how do you do a binary tree? Yeah,
learning systems design thinking is one of the most valuable parts of my degree, I think. If your little sister came to you today and said, I want to study computer science at a top school, what would you genuinely say to her?
I would say to her, go for it for 3 main reasons. The first one being, if my little sister said that, I think that would not be because she thinks it's going to make a lot of money. I think that because she's like genuinely interested in building. I think that software engineering is not a field that one should go into if you're not actually passionate about coding and about
Don't
building.
do it. You're going to hate your life.
Because
you're going to hate it.
I will tell you, it's not just the 9 to 5. You also have to do side projects. You have to like learn things on the side. You have to like set up your open cloud, whatever.
You don't have to set up your open cloud, but you should. I'm making a video about that, and so is she. So stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, but so point is, like, I think genuine interest is the first thing to have, and if you have that, it's a great place. It's a great major to be in. Number 2, like I mentioned before, I don't think computer science and a computer science degree is just about the coding aspect, which could be helped by AI. Having a computer science degree is not just about knowing how to invert a binary tree or solve leak code. It is also a lot of like big thinking, system design thinking, a lot of fundamentals, and I think that is still very valuable even in the age of AI. Finally, as I mentioned before, computer science is a very versatile field. The field is changing, but the skills and the inherent values and discipline that being a computer science student teaches you does not change. So because of that, I would say if she is genuinely interested in studying computer science, 100% go for it.
Well, and I think that